Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome in, welcome in. If you're a returning gazer, hi guys, how you doing? If you're new here, welcome. Hope you're doing all right. This reading is going to be for Sagittarius, for whenever, wherever. I hope that you're doing all right. Let's just take a deep breath and begin. Ancestors, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, wherever they find it in their charts, whenever they find this reading? Oh, what messages do you have for them today? Ooh, the Hermit, taking a moment, a time out. 8 of Cups, King of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Wow, let's see, the Empress, 2 of Pentacles. You guys, there's a lot of Pentacles and a lot of Cups happening right now. You have 2 more, please, Spirit. 6 of Wands and 6 of Cups. Wow, now we have 2 sixes. On the bottom of the deck, the Fool. It does feel like you are moving into a new space. It's like you took some time to introspect, to really look at the things that have been revealed to you, that you've learned. What have you put time into? It's like you were working by yourself on something, and it was a balancing game, a balancing act, right? And you decide to like move towards something that was more fulfilling. This could have to do with your family. This could have to do with the people around you. Whatever it was like you were moving away from that old thing into the new thing, and it is very successful. Coming out in the future spaces, you have the King of Pentacles, reliable, dependable, good with his coin. This person is very astute. I heard astute, right? And also very stubborn. They don't move on things, right? It takes them a very, very long time to get anything done, and that's because the things that they do last for a long time. This isn't like a quick in, quick out kind of energy at all. This is sustainable, right? This person has those types of qualities about them. And then the Empress, right? Abundance, beautiful manifestation energy. It could be mother energy. It could be the mother. It could be maternal on the other side of the veil, right? Coming through here. And then there's the 6 of Cups, and again that nostalgic feeling, that feeling of like what it was like when we were kids. You could be having that that realization as a parent, how things have changed. Maybe they've changed a lot since you were a kid. Maybe they've changed a lot since your kids were kids, and put it into perspective for yourself here. But whatever it is, it's like there's this feeling of, as you're going through this new thing. I love underneath the Fool is the Sun. Beautiful. And Temperance, you guys, there you are showing up in your own reading. Lots of healing, lots of beauty, lots of new, but there is an element of like taking a leap of faith. All right, you have to take a leap of faith, take the risk, and do it with a joyful heart. That's where what this is about here. We've got Aries, Aquarius. We've got Virgo out here. We've got masculine earth sign energy, and we have Taurus, Libra. Take it how it resonates. It doesn't have to be people of those signs. If you watch tarot, you know that it's an archetype. It's how that energy is showing itself, right? How it's displaying itself either within that human or within that situation or within yourself. What is this Hermit taking that time out, that time of introspection? It's like something was discovered here, and you had to think about it, right? What is that? Knight of Swords, 3 of Cups. Wow. Look at that. It's like, very interesting, because this again has to do with community. And so here you are sitting on your own. And what I say, it's like something you heard, some information that you came across, right? This is information. So you have this mercurial element of the earth sign here, and then you have this communicative energy happening here with this air sign knight energy, and it's spreading a information. It's talking about things, and then it's almost like the community or the people. Maybe it's the children, maybe it's your friends, maybe it's people that you know, right? And whatever it is, here they are having a conversation. Here is another conversation, and it's like 3, 2-1. Did something come across with things that people were talking about, maybe having a discussion about something, and 2 other people came over here to have their own perspective, and it's kind of like undercover, right? Like they're just taking a private moment. Did you hear that? Did you hear what was said? Did you see that? Yes. What are you going to do about it now? You're sitting here thinking about that. Thinking about that. And it has to do with work, recognition, reward. Things that, again, you have the mastery over. Sagittarius is you guys are the teachers, right? We have the Taurus here too, which is like the institutions, right? And the things that are taught. And here you have you guys, the teachers, the learners, the higher education, you know, and it's almost like that, like, again, this idea of 3. We have 3 threes out now. And these 2 are talking and discussing, and this one is looking into the future. You know, what else is out there, right? At 555. I have a feeling that that's you. What else is out there? 3 of Pentacles, please. What is this? The Tower, you guys. It was change. I heard it changed the face of the game. And again, 2 and 1 here. Just saying, that's showing up quite a bit. Showing up quite a bit. Whatever it was shocking. It shook the foundations. It was surprising. It freed anybody from any kind of entrapment that they were in, whether that be the situation, the timing, the role, whatever it was that felt confining or felt like you couldn't get through the space, right? If you think about Rapunzel up in the tower and she's stuck up there, but she could see the landscape. She could see all what's around her. Right? A higher perspective. And it's surprising, right? How is this staying balanced? 2 of Pentacles here. I heard maintaining the balance. Spirit, what is this 2 of Pentacles? 2 of Cups. This has a lot to do with like who are you close to, right? And maybe balancing out the needs of the people around you, of your partner. Maybe there is a partnership and it's like three people, one person's the third spoke, right? Or how do I keep both of these people happy? You know, this is soulmate energy. This talks about friendships. When we get the 3 of Cups and the 2 of Cups in the same row, it definitely has to do with the people that are in our immediate space, that affect us in our immediate world and on an emotional level, right? And maybe these 2 things are what is maintaining the balance here. And the Tower is you realizing that there's a different path for you. 8 of Cups. What is this? 8 of Cups, please. Page of Pentacles. There you go. There's the student. Learning something new. You know, I've seen everything I can see here, and it's time for me to learn something new, progress, try something else. And again, slow and steady wins this race, right? All of these things are something that you learned. All of these things are something that you embraced. All of those things are something that you love and care about, but it's not as fulfilling as you need it to be. It doesn't hit that mark. You still have 2 empty cups over here, right? Moving towards that. What can you do to move into that space? Wow, 10 of Pentacles. Or sorry, 10 of Cups. This is 10 of Pentacles. I did that yesterday too, and the 10 of Pentacles came out. So we'll see. But again, family, community, right? Ace of Pentacles. You guys, I absolutely love this. And talk about getting together with the people that you love. Look at, they're sharing a meal together at this table. They've got all of these cups. That's all of their love, all of the camaraderie, right? Sharing communally together. And here's this Ace of Pentacles, and it's like this parachute guy coming through, dropping this little bit in, an offer. Could be your family offering you something. It could be you offering something to the community. It could be you as a community offering something up, right? Or being rewarded, given something. You know, I really like what you're doing. I'd really like to see how much further it can go. Let's get it there. Here is a bit. And that's what you're doing. It's like, this is, I heard mutually effectual So it's not just, and that's not affection. I mean, yes, with the 10 of Cups, it doesn't mean affection, but it means it's affecting everyone. It has an effect, and your affect is changing, right? This is talking about like going from a space of feeling alone, having to take a moment to look at what's going on and seeing what benefits everyone and knowing that there's more out there and going after it. That's what you're doing. Successfully, by the way, 6 of Wands. That means that there is triumph here. It's like coming back from the parade. And again, the idea of being recognized for that. Damn, yeah, woohoo! The Wheel of Fortune. You guys, I'm telling you what, this changes everything. This changes the game. And again, here are 2 and 1 and the connecting bridge, right? Being recognized, being seen, and for your talents, for your work, for what you've been putting into this, and how grateful everybody is and everything. I mean, this Ace of Pentacles coming through, followed up by the 6 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful, beautiful, bright changes coming through. Again, recognition and reward. You're being celebrated, but it feels almost like you see how this person is looking out into the horizon, and this person is looking away, and this person is looking away. It's almost like you are so enraptured in the things that you are doing, the places you are going, the activities, the things that you're learning, you're accomplishing, where it is, what it is you're doing. You're not really seeing the great effects it's having because you're so focused on forward that you're maybe missing what's happening in your periphery. It's wonderful what's happening in your periphery. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, whether this be you or someone else, this talks about master a coin here. Knows what he's doing. What is this King of Pentacles? Wow. King of Cups and Ace of Wands. Brown chicken, brown cow. So, look at that. That's hot. That's super hot. That is a reliable partner. And again, if we're talking about, we got 2 kings here, right? The King of Pentacles and the King of Cups, and a passionate new beginning. Keep in mind, the Fool is that passionate new beginning, trying something new, maybe whether this be you and someone else and you guys are excited to start something, or if this is a descriptor saying that just because this person is about his material world doesn't mean that he isn't also emotionally sound. Look at this guy taking care of the kiddos. Look at that, right? And this is like the promise of a new day. Ace of Wands. That excitement, that energetic push, right? Inspiration coming through. This is a good, I heard a good match. And now I'm hearing Fiddler on the Roof. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Don't be so looking for a match that you aren't looking what it is that you need to fulfill your purpose here and your emotional self, right? This person is not doing that. This person, and whether that be you or someone else, right? This energy is focused on stability. This energy is focused on loving creations, masculine energy, paternal energy is protector, right? This is provider energy. Whether you don't have to be a masculine to have those qualities, to embody that, right? We all have masculine and feminine in us. And so it's about being that person, that reliable, loving person, first and foremost to yourself. Taking care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And I think that is an exciting new proposition for you, whether you're coming to that conclusion on your own or the fact that you were stuck up in this space, right? This could actually be, I mean, take it how it resonates, but this could actually be you finding this partner in work and moving towards something together. You know, take it how it resonates. It's going to resonate different for everybody. But what I do know is that there's a lot of material here and there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of heart. What is this Empress? What is this Empress doing? She's also, I'll show you in just a second. What is this Empress doing? That's too many spirits. Spirit, please. Can we please have a clear and concise message? The Empress wants to tell you a lot. And what's really interesting, what came out as I said that? the Queen of Swords comes out, and who's telling everybody a lot? The Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Communication. And this is also the Libra Taurus card, right? And this is the Libran Queen. Could be Gemini, could be Aquarius. It's air sign, right? But when we think about the Empress, right, and the fact that she is abundance, but she's also not the mom who's going to coddle you. She's going to lovingly support you. She's going to lovingly uplift you. She's going to tell you that you need to make the correct decision, or that's the consequence of the action, right? This isn't like the Punisher mom. This is the one who points out that these were the facts, and what did you expect? That kind of a thing. You know, the way that she's like coming at this guy, it's very, very different feeling energy. This is, but it's the same. Right? It's like two sides to one coin. Look how she's looking out over the things that she's created, right? Over her abundance, over what she's ruling, over what it is that she needs to care for, you know? And then we got this like, you know, kind of like holding someone to account. Very interesting. I heard very energy. So it is kind of weird here, because you got the two kings who are so reliable, successful, loving, kind, right? And it's exciting. And then the feminine energy is kind of like, hold up here though. Is it really? Is it really? You know, because something about it kind of reminds me of something from before. Six of Cups. What is the Six of Cups? It's definitely like, you know, somebody coming with there's like this emotional and material coming toward, and this mental, communicative, like pushing back. Right. And how does that balance out here? What is the Six of Cups? Wow. 10 of Cups, 6 of Wands. You guys, we have the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Wands right here. Look at that. 6 of Wands, 10 of Cups. And again, look at that. It's like a proposal. Wow. What's the difference between a proposal and a proposition? Well, interesting. The success of the things that we've learned before. And yes, this does have that reminiscent quality about it. Is it going to be successful? Is it going to be celebrated? I really think that it is, but again, not being blindsided by other, you know, like the squishiness of things, maintaining your judgment, your prowess in that sense, because we have the Devil on the bottom as a clarifier. Right, Capricornian energy, which is the sign that comes right after you guys, right? The energy that comes right after you guys. And there's this idea of like bad contracts, of being stuck to something that isn't good for us, right? This controlling, obsessive nature. And that could be what the Tower has to do with. That could be what you have to reconcile within yourself here. What was good about it and what wasn't good about it. What is good about it and what isn't. Where do the healthy things sit? What is exciting and new, and what is kind of toxic and entrapping? And you started off with this Tower. Like, you don't want to be stuck in that again. You don't want to be stuck in the bad contracts. You don't want to be stuck in the where it's the work, but you're feeling like you're doing it on your own. You don't want to be feeling like that. There's a lot of success coming to you now, standing in your purpose. Let me see here. And it's success that is, you know, relative to everyone. Sorry about the ring light, you guys. I'm not closing that window. I'm not putting the curtain down. We're letting the outside in. All right. Ancestor, spirits, guides. What archetypes would be helpful and a hindrance? Like, what archetypes should Sagittarius be on the lookout for? Child orphan. Look at that. I'm just sitting up there. Like the Little Prince. My daughter just had to return that book to school for French class. It says, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering the fear of survival. And again, like being in that hermit space. And you're like, yeah, I did it. You did it. You did it. Ain't nobody else did it. You did it. And you learned that. And so you know that you're self-sufficient, so you don't need to put up with anybody else's crap if it's going to get in the way of your success. All right? And I think that sometimes that might be the thing that we're holding on to too tightly, and it might become a hindrance. What's it say? Feelings, shadow attribute, feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate and surrogate families. And maybe that's what you've done in the past, and you've learned through that, and that's how you learn to stand on your own. And being mindful of others who are looking for surrogate families because they aren't ready to learn to stand on their own by themselves. Very, very, very interesting. We have another one, please, Spirit. We have another archetype. King. I got 2 kings, and look at that, teacher. There you are, Saggy. All right. King attributes enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge, right? And I can tell that that's what everybody is trying to get at here. Is just maybe they have different ideas of how that's accomplished, right? Shadow attribute, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint, and again, that controlling energy. That obsessively controlling energy, like, someone knows best. I'm just gonna, it could be mama knows best, daddy knows best, the king knows the best. Well, how do you know what good is? Because I know what good is. Well, how do you know that? You know what I'm saying? Like that benevolence versus the excessive, the entitlement kind of a thing, and really looking at that. And it's really strange too, to go from an orphan child to a king, right? Because in some way they're the same, because the king has to stand alone. You've got the Virgo energy, right? The hermit energy of lonely is the head that wears the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? And in that same way, feeling that there's not that available to you, someone who can relate, someone who can share that burden with you. But there is. It's just, being able to balance that in the light aspects of it, conquering the fear of survival and being able to do it alone, but at the same time having a benevolent and light and leadership, knowing that you aren't the only one there. This isn't just about you. Obviously not. 10 of Cups out twice, 3 of Cups, all of this stuff. Here we go. The teacher, the light attribute is the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, and wisdom. And that is Empress energy, especially with the Queen of Swords. You're able to say, look, I learned this. Been there, done that, learned that. This is what I got out of it. Sharing that. Because you were the student, Page of Pentacles, and you learn. And then you share. That's what Saggies do. That's what that Jovian expansion is. That's what brings you luck. Right? What is luck? It's preparedness meets opportunity. You are prepared. So when that opportunity comes, you seem lucky. And you're teaching this to people, right? Experience and skill. You have the wisdom. The shadow attribute is manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. And we have to be mindful of that. Right? And I think you are very mindful of that. What has been passed along here, what has been taught, what needs to be left behind so that what else can be accomplished. That's a very mature way of looking at things. And you're teaching the people around you as you go by your very example and grace. Spirit, animal spirit. Messages do you have for Saggies to help them in this situation? There's always enough. I don't want you to worry. I don't want you to worry because there is always enough. There's always enough information. There's always enough resources. There's always enough love. There's always enough support. There's always enough for you to take a time out. There's always enough time for you to take a time out. There's always enough air for you to breathe. There's always enough ground for you to walk on. There's always enough luck. There's always enough recognition. There's always enough love. Okay? It is within you. If you can't find it on the outside, turn your gaze within. Okay, koi fish. Set healthy boundaries. That's how we maintain our enough, isn't it? Right? Not being stingy with it, just not... it's like if there's a hole in the bucket, there's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza. You gotta, plug that up. You got to make sure that you are maintaining those boundaries. And that's how you're maintaining that success, because you've been there, done that, and you've learned this before. Okay? You don't have to stress it. Also, like, healthy boundaries are stress reduction. They might seem stressful when you're first putting them up. See this armadillo here? It might seem stressful, but what it's actually doing is it's relieving you of potential other things that you already know are going to cause more burden. Maintain those boundaries. And we also have 36 and 3, all these threes. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. I'm telling you what. Absolutely it is. And what is that? It's a 33, you guys. And then 62, slow and steady wins the race. Okay? Slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush. Again, there's enough time. There's enough time for you to do what you need to do. King of Pentacles energy knows that. Okay, it doesn't mean like take forever. You still got to get stuff done, but keeping at a healthy pace, right? Don't rush, and be loyal to what you love. Don't forget about that. That's what's getting you here. Be loyal to what you love, and those who love you will be loyal to you as well, right? Not out of obligation, but out of love. All right. Ancestors, can we have a message to close up this reading for the sign of Sagittarius? Help them along their way on this journey. Spirit. Sweet thoughts on the bottom, the pansy. Pray you love, remember, and there are always pansies. That's for thoughts. The little things that remind you of things. Right? Those little nuances of things. When you see that thing, and every time you see it, every time you see the red bird, you think of your grandmother. Right? That's her message to you. Every time you see, whatever it might be, that's your reminder. Remember, sweet thoughts. Keep your thoughts happy. And look, nobility and self-esteem, the magnolia. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. Ernest Hemingway. Back to the king energy. Back to the king energy. Humbleness and humility. We are above no one, but we are above the bullshit. So just keep that in mind. All right. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here, Saggies. Thank you for remembering to hit like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and I really do appreciate it. And thank you for coming back and seeing this again next time. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.